Okay, it's recording now. Okay. Hi everyone. So I'd just like to introduce our lovely client Gabby, who has been with us since since May. You joined us.
I kind of made the contact in May, and then I started the program properly in June.
In June. Okay, so Gabby, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. If you just like to say a little bit about yourself, your lifestyle, what you enjoy doing, etc.
Yeah. So my name's Gabby. I'm not from Jersey. I've lived in Jersey 25 years. I'm currently not working, and this is why I just wanted to concentrate on fitness and health. Reason why I contacted Ryan and Ellie. I love sea swimming, walking, cycling.
You do have like I know that from working with you, you started to build like this active lifestyle, like with your cycling, your sea swimming, and now obviously going into the program, you've introduced more like the resistance training, which we'll talk on. First, before you mentioned, you said like how you felt as if now's the time for you, which I absolutely loved. So let's talk previously. What made you feel like as if you wanted to now start working on your like health and fitness?
Okay, so I just got to a stage, my fitness levels were really, really, really bad. My dad was very overweight and he lost his mobility, and he's just recently passed away, and that was the trigger point for me to get into health and fitness, because I didn't want to end up like him in the respect of he couldn't walk, he couldn't do anything, he was crippled with arthritis. And I do believe a lot of it was his own fault. Like he was very sedentary, didn't move, didn't walk, didn't do anything. So I just thought I need to do something and not follow in those footsteps. So I just wanted to be very proactive in, and I know it's important. And I just wanted to be, I want to be functional into older age, you know.
Yeah. I love how you use the word like functional, because it's like, you know, like every day, like you're being able to do things functionally every single day. A lot of time people put so much emphasis on a number on a scales, but you talked about like the emotional side behind it, like about your dad and like a sedentary lifestyle, which when I listen to that and you talk about the function, that's actually so important in life, like, you know, your quality of life as well.
Yeah, I don't look at the numbers on the scales. My key thing is being strong and functional. You know, that's what I want to achieve from doing this. And, you know, whereas I've always been fairly active with the walking and the sea swimming in recent years, I know weights are really important for women like me, especially menopause women like me. You know, it's really important, and that's the thing I've shied away from the most, so that I needed help and guidance when it came to that, really.
And before you joined us, would you say there was like a part to your lifestyle that you struggled with the most?
Probably consistency in all aspects, eating, exercising. I'm sort of like an all or nothing person, so I'll go completely mad for 6 months. In previous years I've gone completely mad for 6 months and then had an injury and then just not done it again for another 6 months. And I just wanted to introduce a program where I could be consistent with the approach rather than the all or nothing approach that I'm used to.
Yeah. And did you find like the all or nothing approach was impacting you like emotionally? Because often when it's like the all or nothing, when you feel as if you can't keep that consistency, do you ever find like as if it was affecting you like in terms of like maybe like confidence or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely, because I felt like I'd failed again, because I'd started a program and I couldn't continue with it. So it was a case of, and then I'd eat more because I think, oh, well, I've messed that up, so I'll just, so it was constant cycles. I've been very much a yo-yo dieter my whole life, but I'm just trying to sort of get to grips with that now with the food.
And I definitely feel like working with you, I can see like you're probably one of the most consistent that we have, and you do have a busy like you know, you're very social as well. And I know that you said to me in the past, you never were like a social butterfly, but now, you know, you're managing it to fit, which is amazing, because that's for us is what we want to coach. Did you have any doubts before joining the program, or maybe at the beginning of the program, whether this was the right thing for you or anything like that?
Yes, I did have some doubts. I like face to face. Historically, I've always enjoyed face to face, and I was a little bit like, well, because I know I'm a bit nervous when it comes to weight, so I was a bit worried about how I would do it on my own without having that person there. But the regular calls and the texts do help keep me in check. And whilst I haven't done it yet, I know you've always said, look, if you want to film yourself doing it, you know, we'll check you over and look at that. But I think I've started off so low with the weights that I feel okay with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I like the follow along things. They really help. So it feels like someone's in the room with you anyway. So I really, really love that part.
Because I know that obviously you started on the resistance bands, but then
Yeah.
the confidence gradually increased where now you have your variety set of dumbbells, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because
They're really good.
I love it, because obviously we get notification when you complete a workout, and I always know that you're going to give some really good feedback. So that's one thing that I love, is when you complete a workout, is I know that you're going to give, you know, feedback, whether it's something that you love, or perhaps it might be something like, I know you've put before, like, say, like, for example, tricep dips, which is a really hard exercise to do. And it's great for us to just know, like, where you currently are at that moment stage, but also gives us, we can evaluate and adapt certain workouts should we need to.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I definitely feel stronger. And also, I guess one of the key things from doing this program is, you know, in my head and in previous years, I felt like you have had to go to the gym every day, you've had to exercise every day, you've got to do it full on and have one rest day. But you guys have taught me that actually that's not the case. It's good, it's important to be active every day, like get a walk in every day, but you don't actually have to do the weights every day, or, you know, it's just depends. For my goals, I think that would be right, and I don't feel pressure. So if I do feel a little bit tired and lethargic one day, I don't feel guilty now for thinking, well, I'm going to have a rest day today, even though I might not have planned to have a rest day. I'm really learning to listen to my body with the food and with the weights.
And it's without having that guilt, like you said as well. Like, you know, you are allowed to take, and you should be taking that rest, or, you know, you can go away at the weekend and still enjoy yourself and know, actually, I'm going to get on a call with one of my coaches, but being me, as soon as I'm back, and we can kind of plan out the week coming, etc.
Yeah, exactly. That does really help, to be fair. Because even like today, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to just do nothing today. But I'm looking at my weights in the corner of my room and speaking to you. I think I do need to do a weight session today, because I've had a nice few days off from it. But I've got a little doggy again today, so I'm going to take the doggy out for a really nice walk.
Okay. And what would you see? I know obviously we're only halfway through your program,
Yeah.
so we've still got so much to do together still. What would you say is the one part that you're enjoying the most about the program?
The flexibility of, you know, you like with the gym, you kind of have to book sometimes when you're going, or think about when you're going. But, you know, if you wake up in the morning and you feel like, oh, I need a coffee first, you can do that. And then you can just slot the weights in to whenever you want. So if you miss your morning slot, you know, it's easier to pick it up sort of a few hours later, or because it's so flexible and the weights are there, you don't even have to get dressed to go out. You just put your trainers on and you can just do them. You just need to find a spare time. And I'm really enjoying the follow along workouts. So I suppose that's the best thing for me, is the ones where I can see you doing it at the same time as me.
Yeah.
That really helps me.
That's definitely something new that we've introduced, and I think that the feedback was that a lot of people are enjoying the follow along workouts, and we get that, we completely understand it, and it's something that we're going to continue to provide. Is there anything on the program that we could maybe include, or you feel is missing?
Well, I guess it's just putting everything onto the follow along. So, like, I've got stretching ones. I've got a couple of stretching ones follow along. But is there one that's to the mobility? I don't know. I need to go through them all, but I don't think everything's follow along yet. I
Yeah.
think most of it is now. I've got lower, upper, full body stretch. I think there's a full body workout. But yeah, so just anything. I like, even if it's just whatever workout, put it on
Yeah.
like the
Just
mobility, put it on a follow along one. So
having like that comfort. So it's literally feeling like that comfort that we're there with you.
the cat, yeah, just build like a little cat, like arms follow along, like, yeah, I think that would
Yeah.
really help me.
Okay.
So you could just go in, because there's some things I don't think it's the mobility ones, and I still have to do the separate videos.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and yeah, so that would be my only
Yeah.
thing.
Sure.
Just get them all on follow along.
Yeah.
That because it's
Definitely.
so helpful, and I think
Yeah.
people like that.
And my last question I was going to ask you is, do you have any advice for someone who perhaps is feeling the way that you felt before you joined the program, where they kind of they feel now's the right time for them to be working on their health and fitness, but maybe they're feeling a bit overwhelmed? Do you have any advice for someone?
To have a conversation with you guys, because it is a very tailored approach, and you've been really good to me, like with my knees. All of my knees have been fantastic. It's just been so nice walking for miles in London, and I'm not getting any pain in my knees or my ankles. So that, but anyway, my advice would be just have a conversation with you guys and just see. It doesn't cost anything to have an initial conversation, and hopefully by having a conversation with you guys and finding out what's important to them, it will give them the confidence to say, yeah, this will work for me. Because a lot of the times it is a one approach fits all people, but it's not like that with you guys. You do really tailor it to the individual.
Oh, I love that. So I do have one last question, because you mentioned your knees. I was going to say, what would you say so far are the results that you've seen?
Oh, well, no pains in my knees. I was getting a lot of pains. Sometimes when I'm working out, I can feel it twinging, but not in a, I've hurt myself sort of way, in a working. And I think the muscles are getting stronger because of the weights. Definitely when I do the lower body workouts, like you've taught me to do the sumo squats. That works well for me. I can't do the normal squats. That's when it hurts my knee. So I do the sumo squats. Even when I'm doing wall sits, I do the sumo position, sort of squat. And I find that just doesn't give me any knee pain. So that's a big thing. And I also do feel I'm getting a bit strong. I mean, I still feel like this is my weakest area, my arms, but I definitely feel stronger than when I started. So yeah, I'm definitely noticing. I have been weighing and measuring myself. I've obviously lost a bit of weight. I haven't measured myself in a while, so I don't know. But I'm hoping in the next part of the program we can up the toning part to
Yeah,
sort of
definitely.
tune on that.
Yeah,
But it's been good what we've been doing so far. But I think the biggest relief for me is my knees.
love that. And that's like you said at the beginning about the being functional. The knees,
Yeah.
we need our knees throughout life, walking, quality of life. And so the fact that you've seen that improvement, that's what we wanted, and that was the original goal as well.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, and it doesn't click. It still clicks when I walk upstairs, but it doesn't hurt at all. But yeah, I've noticed a big improvement in my knees for sure.
I love that. Right, perfect. I'm going to just stop the recording now. How was that?
That was okay. I'm happy with everything.